Welcome back to Ian Strong Out Guitars, and here is Joe's Kelly. Got the headstock completely shaped and veneered with the same quilted maple as the body, and the cavity cover made out of the same quilted maple from Derek Kimball there. So yeah, it's looking really great. Here's a video on how he did it. Check it out. I'm gonna make a cavity cover out of this piece of scrap quilt and headstock veneer there. I drew it out just the headstock just a little bit oversized. This I'll cut out just a tad bit and then take down on the sander. My friend Scott was supposed to come over and help me put these lights in so I have more light, but he's been gone a while. Well, my friend Scott came. It was like really late at night though, and we got 2 of the 5 lights put up, and now like half of the place is shining like the freaking sun. It's insane. So he's supposed to come back and help me put the other ones up, and till my finger's all the way better. It's the next day, by the way. And then anyway, with this, it needs to be a little under a third of what it is. So about 2, it's a little over 5 mil. It needs to be about 2 mil maybe. It's really hard to do that and might cut your damn finger. So hold something up against it, make sure everything's tight. Make sure everything's plugged in. And unplug everything to put the lights in, make sure that we don't get electrocuted. Another friend Bill, he's going to help me do the breaker boxes here soon. Sorry, obviously my phone's running out of memory there, so I have to actually get a camera. Here is the final piece. There's a resaw cut I need to sand out, but other than that, it fits perfectly. But the only problem is you don't want these to fit like ridiculously tight. Like I said about like guitar neck pockets, everybody, oh man, this thing's like so tight, it's awesome. Like, look at it. Like, dude, if it's that tight, you're gonna start getting like, you know, fractures in the paint, fractures in the wood. Sometimes you don't want things like that ridiculously tight. So we're gonna make, because you're gonna have clear over this too, at least, or whatever paint you're gonna use. And you know, I mean, stain is about the only thing that's not really gonna add much. But even if you add like true oil or whatever, you know, it's gonna add some more. So you want, I like to take the sides down just a little bit, just take the edge off of them. I mean, you never really want sharp edges on anything, like whenever it comes to your guitar, because they get knocked off easy, dinged off and stuff, unless you got a hell of a lot of nitro on it. That way this fits in there better, or yeah, it fits in better, and it'll be more snug whenever we get the coat on it there, when we get clear on it. My finger is almost healed, kind of. There's a big hunk of dead meat and fingernail hanging off of it, but it's getting better. Julia cleans every night, and yeah. And I'll take those 2 resaw marks out with the orbital sander. Always grabbing this stain. There, that's a lot better. Alright, it's sanded to 320 and essentially ready to stain. We're going to stain it black and sand it back so it has a black and white, you know, tube look with the quilt. And you know, now that he's seen the back with the purple heart, I think he wants to see it more. So I have a few ideas on what to do with the ash so you still can see the maple and the purple heart. I'm gonna try it out on a couple pieces of ash and send it to him and see what he thinks. Things have just been a little hectic because the Renaissance Fair started, and my mom has a shop there where she makes clothes, and my wife sews for her, and my buddies Scott and Bill and Dawn, they're all helping try to get my shop in order and fix things. But yeah, this is pretty good. I was talking to a fellow in Louisiana about you know, how to essentially toughen these up and without necessarily impregnating them like with a vacuum, which I can do with epoxy if you wish, but essentially you can use like he was talking about just using sanding seal or just soaking it, but man, that stuff is so tacky. I'm not a fan of sanding sealer. I don't have my super glue out here. I got my black out here because I super glued my finger. Uh, but it's real thin CA glue, and it'll soak right through to the other side of that and essentially plastifies it. So we're going to do the headstock veneer, get that shaved down, and carve the neck out. Okay, I spent some time thicknessing down this veneer here, which initially I was going to do it this direction, but I actually like the other side better. And since I always cut everything a little bigger, there is enough to put it on that side. And then we'll just have to carve out the neck. I'm going to stuff some tape down there in the truss rod and put a little piece of tape over that before we put this on. And we'll veneer this and then, carve out the neck and stuff. And yeah, then the only thing left will be the bevel and then a lot of sanding. Get some more tape on. It's the next day and my finger's healing, but my buddy Scott gave me this and the clamp. I glued the tip back on and filed it into a fingertip so it looks like a fingertip, but I didn't want to get it dirty anyway. So he gave me this clamp that's crooked as hell, but he beat on it for about an hour trying to make it not crooked. Anyway, it's been yeah, overnight. I got the veneer on there and I clamped the hell out of it like usual. So shouldn't be any voids or anything like that. I checked it. I put got some glue oozing out. That's alright. I tried to put some sacrificial wood down there, some scraps. It's not always I usually always cut stuff a little larger, so that even the headstock, its thickness not quite to 15, it's like 16. So if you get any gashes or anything like that in it, whenever you're clamping stuff, it's not a big deal. You still got some room to sand off. But I still like to put stuff on it anyway, just because you can dig in really deep. You don't want to dig in a millimeter deeper. You have to cut it out. Oh, I got a clamp down here. There we go. Cut that out. Oh, I put a little brad nail right there, like I was talking. Yeah, I stuck one because that's going to be routed out anyway. So I take that out and cut it the rest of the way out.